Well, hey again, everyone. Welcome to the Wildcats Media Podcast. I'm Al Quartermont, the professor of our sports media and broadcast program here at Louisiana Christian University. Today, it looks like we're only going to have the audio for you as our podcast camera network is not working for whatever reason. Oh, well, we push on. Maybe it was the coldness of the last weekend. Anyway, welcome to the show. Let me introduce the other students that we have for you. Danny Ray Cobb is here, fresh back from North Louisiana, where you were iced in for a while. And are you any worse for the wear?
No. It wasn't, horrible. I was inside, so,
Just chilling inside?
Yeah.
You didn't go out and make a snowman?
You kind of can't. It's not like powder snow. It's like ice. So
Ice, baby.
Yeah.
Too cold?
Sure.
All right, Seth Beinog is here.
What's up, everybody? Donning
his New England Patriots sweatshirt that he got about 15 years ago. Looks well worn, is my
about
point.
5 years ago.
You've worn it a lot then.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, all right. Breaking it back out for the first time in a number of years.
About 11 years, yes, sir.
Wow. And Adàn Wright is here, ready to rock and roll. What are you drinking over there?
I got a Rainstorm energy drink.
Rainstorm?
No advertisement. It's just
Yeah.
It's not one of the sugary ones. It's
okay.
It's it's cleaner, I guess.
Cleaner.
Which is very ironic considering it's an energy drink. But
see, it burns body fat. Is there any reason you picked that one?
I got something to burn, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any sponsors yet.
No, we don't.
Sponsored by LCU.
Yes. And the Department of Convergence Media. All right.
Shout out Dr. Clark.
Yes. Shout out Dr. Clark. Okay. Well, we want to get right into it and cover some ground. First of all, starting with LCU sports. As today, as we speak, the baseball team is in action, taking on Mobile, University of Mobile. That game got underway at 2:00, and they'll have a doubleheader today with a second game starting around 4:30, somewhere around there. Baseball team off to a 2-0 start. And they had to change their schedule a little bit this week because of the incoming weather, especially the cold weather on Saturday. So they'll actually host Mobile again tomorrow in another doubleheader. There was another school they were supposed to play from up north, but that changed. So a lot of time.
They're supposed to play Wiley.
Well, that was last week. Yeah.
Oh.
And then their bus didn't work. There was another school, I think from Ohio, that was coming down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ohio Christian University.
Yeah. But this time of year, it's kind of iffy. You just never really know what's going to happen weather-wise. And so just getting that early competition in, and Wildcats are off to a 2-1 lead, I see. All right. As we're recording this at the moment. And I'll be heading over there after this podcast.
That's fun.
Yeah. Doing the PA most of the time this year. There are some games I can't make. And Richard Tiberville, our sports information director, he ends up doing the games when I cannot do them. And very capable.
I'm really excited for this Wildcats team.
Yeah.
I mean, they took a really big win. The first two they got over Mid-American Christian, who are ranked number 19 in the country. So
yeah.
I think that's such a good 2 wins to get. First one being a walk-off.
Mm-hmm.
Walk-off run. The next one is just not close, 13-5. So I'm excited about it. I think this is definitely a team that has legs to stand on. We look at last year. I mean, they were the only team that could really play against Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, the Shreveport baseball team, for those of you that may not be aware, went undefeated last year. They didn't lose a single game all the way into the NAIA World Series, and then they won that. And because they were a perfect, I think, 56-0, they got an invite to the White House, which was just a few weeks ago. That was pretty cool. They got to meet President Trump and everything. Not too bad.
It's very cool, especially for a school like that.
Yeah.
I mean, LSUS is our size.
Relatively. Yeah, exactly. And when LC played them last year in one of the games, they were actually winning going into the bottom of the 7th inning and then gave up a couple of runs and lost. So that's pretty much as close as any team came to beating the Pilots last year. And I'm sure they'll be the team to reckon with again this year.
Yeah.
All right, softball also will be getting its season underway today as we speak. They're also going to be playing a doubleheader today of sorts. They're hosting this LCU Invitational, they call it. Today it's over at the Champions Sportsplex. That's that baseball and softball facility that they have just south of Alexandria near LeCount. Central Baptist at 3 o'clock, and then Nelson at 5 o'clock. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University at 2 o'clock on Saturday. You're big fans of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical, aren't you?
What is their mascot?
I don't know.
A question mark? 'Cause it's
astronaut?
a question
Yeah.
mark because it's a riddle?
The astronauts? I don't know. What's their mascot?
Maybe it's the Riddler from Batman.
I don't know. He's going to look
feel
it up.
like, I feel like you can't be a fan of a team without a mascot.
That's true. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. So I hear they can really fly around the base paths.
Who's to say?
Their logo is an eagle.
An eagle.
Yeah.
Wow, that checks out.
Wow. There's no way this is their campus.
Is it in outer space? Oh,
It looks like it's outer space.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
In other news, Danny's transferring to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Well, Danny, it was nice having you.
Hold on.
It was
Hope you had
fun.
fun.
I found pictures of.
Also, as
Dorms.
we speak, I just want to say that the LCU baseball team just hit 5 runs.
Oh, wow.
So it's 7-1 now at the
Nice.
top of the third.
Okay.
Okay.
Game is moving along quickly. All right, our basketball teams are in action tonight. Speaking of LSU Shreveport, they'll be on the road at Shreveport to take on the Pilots. Women at 5:30, men at 7:30. This will be a challenge. Our men's team is 4-15 this year, or women 2-11, and the Pilots are 12-1, ranked 15th in the country. The women are 13-0. So this will be a tough challenge for both teams.
I say that the boys team. Oh, you can go on.
No, you go ahead.
For the boys team, I'll say that one thing that I've noticed about them is they always play up to the competition.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what team that they've played. They've played tough teams. LSUA obviously is one of those teams. And they always play up to that competition.
Yeah.
I just think that the biggest issue is they lack, just can't close out.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to Danny about it before, and it's like, what'd you say about that last game, Danny?
What did happen? Oh, I mean, it's really just the same thing every time. I mean, usually half the time they're up, and then they get into the second half, and then for whatever reason they can't
I've noticed they
keep the
come out
lead.
slow to start the second half.
Yeah.
Like against Xavier.
Xavier, it was a 3-point game going into the half.
Yeah, and then Xavier came out and just kind of put the game away early in the second half. Kind of developed that big lead. So,
It's not like the Wildcats didn't play from then on. They did
Right,
play, and
right.
I think they got it within 10.
yeah.
But still, it's just
And then the next day they had to turn right around and take on North American University, which had played LSUA the day before, and both teams just looked tired. I think they both expended a lot of energy.
they had to play
against
two really
Xavier.
tough teams.
Yeah. So it's just been a tough season. We've talked about that before. On Saturday, the teams will then be at Texarkana with games at 1 and 3 p.m. Then they'll come back home the next 2 weekends. I just want to see them close strong and finish well.
Mhm.
And, it seemed like the women had turned a corner when they had that nice win a couple weeks ago, but they just, I think in a lot of ways they're overmatched in so many of these games. And the guys kind of are too.
I feel like the women, I don't know. I think that they're well coached,
Mm-hmm.
and Rainey Mason has done a great job with what he's had. So we're gonna have to see what comes. But
Yeah. And it seems like Zach on the guy's side, he's trying every combination. And I do feel that that's one of the biggest issues, again, is that the team just doesn't have an identity. Like,
Sure.
what
I
are
mean,
they? Who are they?
They're
Are they
kind
gonna
of
be-
just playing everyone, and there's not like a set I guess lineup
Yeah.
that he puts in.
Because I think he's searching still.
yeah,
you know,
which is kind of a problem, you know.
Yeah,
I
at
mean,
this
obviously, if you don't have a solidified like starting five,
You
then
need to be done with that by the start of the season.
You know, and
really.
you go back to the beginning of the year when Chad Jones was part of the team, like he was kind of their go-to guy. Like he was a
Right.
guy you could really kind of go to, and if he was hot, you really wanted to keep going to him. And now they don't have him on the team. They've had a lot of injuries this year too. I was just looking the other day. You know, you're looking over there. You got Kevin Wiltz and Larry
Mhm.
Lee, and you know their bench has a lot of
I mean,
talented
even
players.
Corey Lombard being out.
Yeah, Corey Lombard. Yeah, one of their bigs. So
Right.
really their big rotation is limited now between
The new signing,
Devontae Thomas,
Mhm.
Javante Thomas.
Javante Thomas.
I'm sorry, and then of course Justice Kelly. But once you get past those two, they don't have any size really. And your guy Nate LaFleur has been getting some playing time just because they've needed that in the post. And Nate plays bigger than he is, but he's not a true big by any stretch
Yeah.
of the imagination.
he's not like the dominant big that's going to get you rebounds
No.
and everything
He'll
else.
fight for it though.
So they were, you know, other than maybe Bryce Wymanson, they don't have maybe that go-to guy, and I think that makes it tough.
And
as
Bryce
well.
even so can be inconsistent.
yeah.
So I think it's going to be this next season's going to be a huge rebuild year.
Mhm.
You think completely because I mean Bryce is a senior.
Yeah. Drew Tabby's
Drew's
a
a senior.
Justice Kelly,
Justice Kelly,
student.
grad student. Even Lonnie Lee, he's a Jelani.
Jelani, yeah, and he's been hurt too. Jelani,
He's been hurt, and he's a senior as well. So we're gonna have to see what happens because
Yeah.
you know, big rebuild.
for sure. Both programs really, and I would guess the women's team will have a different head coach next year. I don't foresee Rainey wanting to stay on since he had just retired from the men's job. And as far as the men's program, I don't know what they're planning to do there either. So yeah, it could be a lot of changes.
They're going to hire you as head coach.
Hire me?
Yes.
Wow, they would be really desperate if they did that.
You
Why?
got it.
God.
You don't think you could coach that team?
I don't think I could. No.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
You have confidence in me that I could?
Yes.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd have to study up on, how to run an offense. And
I'll help. I'll be
Okay.
assistant coach.
I think teaching people how to box out might be a specialty.
That's your specialty.
Yeah.
And free throws.
Yeah, that's what they need to learn
And
anyway.
free
so.
throws. Yeah. Yep. But, and not making light of it. It's just been a tough year for both teams. So, brighter things ahead, hopefully. All right. Let's jump into the rest of the sports world here today. All right. Starting, first of all, with the National Football League, which always grabs the headlines. Since we last had a show, Super Bowl 60 is set. The New England Patriots beat the Denver Broncos, and the Seattle Seahawks were able to get a win over the Rams. That was a fun game to watch.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
That
I was
was.
kind of
Those
pulling
were
for
both
the Rams.
really close games.
Both of them were.
I
yeah.
wanted the Seahawks to win. Like looking at it, I was like, okay, I want the Seahawks to win because I didn't really want the Rams to win. But then like
Yeah.
as it was going, I just have this like undying habit to always pick the underdog and always want the underdog to do well.
Right.
So like with that last drive, I was like, oh my gosh, they could do it. And
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, the Rams just didn't have enough defense. And,
Yeah.
and Seattle had just enough defense
Yeah,
and
right.
a good offense. And you got to feel good for Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that was a high draft choice, bounced around to a few programs, had a great year for the Vikings last year, and they decided, no, J.J. McCarthy's our guy. So Darnold ends up Seattle, and
Goes to the Super Bowl. That's
yeah.
you gotta hate to be like if you're a Vikings fan, like your
Mm.
quarterback leaves your team and then immediately goes to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Well, no one liked the fact that he left to begin with. So every Vikings fan didn't like the move.
that's true. It
Right.
wasn't. Yeah, the fans wanted him, but how about Seattle though, having the foresight to trade away Geno Smith, bring in Sam Darnold,
Mm.
and with the coach, is it Mike McDonald?
Yeah.
Used to be the Raiders defensive coordinator.
Ravens.
Ravens defensive
Yeah.
coordinator. Shows why he's got a great defense.
Man, I every time I see that, like I look at like Ravens fans being like, this is the guy we should have promoted. Like, this
Well, we said that before he
Yeah.
even was gone.
Right, no, that's
It's
what you said.
like
No,
right
you
in
said
front
it.
of our face.
like every
Don't
fan said
know
it.
what our ownership was doing, but
Could have been worse. You could have made Todd Monken your head coach.
good lord. I would have. Yeah,
He would have had that crash out from last semester
Yeah.
earlier.
it would have been done. I wouldn't have watched football for the next 3 years.
So Super Bowl 60 is set. Patriots Seahawks comes up a week from Sunday.
Good
And
lord, that Patriots game was horrible.
It wasn't a good game.
No.
No.
Cause
But- I mean, really, the Patriots kind of survived it more than anything, but it's going to be a challenge for Drake May going up against that Seattle defense.
I guess that's why you kicked the field goal
Mm,
instead of going.
yeah. And then the Broncos fired their offensive coordinator, and I'm like, wait, didn't they lose more because of the head coach's decision?
Sean
guess-
Payton is iffy.
Yeah.
Did you see that him and Bo Nix were like arguing because he like outed all of Bo Nix's like surgeries that he's had throughout the season and stuff?
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
And Bo Nix said he came out in an interview and said that he like doesn't like that at all, and Sean Payton should never be outing his business.
Wow.
Mm.
Interesting.
Let's see how long Sean Payton lasts then.
Well, they argued before. This
Yeah.
isn't their first time like arguing with each other.
Fair enough.
I kind of feel like, I don't know. I mean, he'll always be loved in Louisiana, New Orleans for winning the Super Bowl with Drew Brees 2009. But outside of that,
I mean, there's so many years where you needed you should have done it.
yes.
And you should have had recruited a better team. You should have
Yeah.
done better with signing. And even when you had good teams, so you had good defenses, especially.
Right.
Um,
I don't
Which
know.
never
I guess
happened.
where I'm going with it is I feel like Peyton's a little overrated as a coach.
Sean Payton carried by Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of coaches carried by quarterbacks, is that
Bill
what we,
Belichick.
is that what we're talking about with Bill Belichick? Are the Hall of Fame
oh
voters?
my gosh, that might be the worst.
My philosophy is that the reason why he won't get a spot is because they know that he coached Tom Brady, and because Tom Brady cheated, he's like, you coached a player and you knew he was cheating, so we're not gonna give you a spot.
I think he dated someone's daughter.
I
He is
read
now anyway.
I read that
Someone's granddaughter.
oh god.
Could be young enough to be his granddaughter.
Oh,
We're
that's
gonna-
gosh.
That's gross.
It's true.
It is
It
gross.
is-
It is gross.
true.
I'm just stating the obvious.
I read that they're just holding out for the the year because
Mhm.
some people are saying like, oh, there's as a
Yeah.
punishment for Deflategate or
Deflategate,
Spygate,
Yeah.
and because of all that stuff.
Well, I think
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
and it sounds like Bill Polian might have had his fingers in that a little bit.
Mm.
You know, the former general manager of the Colts, because the Colts and Patriots had a heated rivalry during that time period.
Mm.
And then you have media guys that probably aren't the hugest fan
Yeah.
of Bill Belichick because he wasn't all lovey-dovey with the media. And nobody gets their feelings hurt more than media people.
Mm.
Yeah.
They are the biggest dish it out but can't take it people you will ever meet in your
Really?
life.
Yeah.
100%.
I think so much about like that Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
When he like stepped to LeBron,
Yeah.
and LeBron was like talked to him, and then he like cried on air or something. It's
He kind of crumbled.
it's stuff like that. You're
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But it's absurd.
It is absurd.
really is.
It is absurd. That's
You-
like not letting Tom Brady in.
You can make up a host of reasons and excuses, but here's the guy that won 6 Super Bowls, made 9, his second most all time for wins. If that's not first ballot Hall of Fame, I mean, who is?
What is wrong?
I mean, if
with
that's
people?
not one of at least one of the greatest coaches of all time,
Yeah.
coaching a dynasty, coaching by many people's argument a top 3 team of all time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
I don't know. So I know they'll announce the rest of the field for that, I think on the 5th of February, as far as who else got into the Hall of Fame. And also it's coming out apparently that Eli Manning was passed over.
For the Hall
No,
of Fame?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know that Eli deserves first ballot status. To me, first ballot status should be guys like Tom Brady.
Right.
Yeah.
I think there's an argument for Eli Manning to get in eventually. You know, he did win a couple of Super Bowls, including the big one against Tom Brady when they were undefeated.
Right.
But here again, there were some low points to his career, to say the least. At times, he was very mediocre.
I think that's probably his big. It's funny to say, but his biggest knock was his actual talent.
Yeah.
And what he did, he didn't really have the records, the accolades outside of the wins.
Yeah. But I do think he'll get in eventually. Excuse me. It's just getting in on the first ballot, you have to be really special.
Right.
Is my point.
And
I'm surprised still at players that aren't in the Hall of Fame over ones that are. There's still a lot of good players that have never gotten the chance to get in. Like Jerry Kramer, for example, he was the left guard for the Green Bay Packers during their Super Bowl glory days, as they call them, their NFL championship / first 2 Super Bowls. He was the guy that threw the block on Jethro Pugh in the Ice Bowl that allowed Bart Starr to sneak in. That's a play you've probably seen a million times. He was voted as the starting guard on the all-century team for the NFL in the 1900s. And yet he didn't get into the Hall of Fame until like 2 or 3 years ago. And a lot of people were worried that he would pass away before he got in. Fortunately, he did. I'm glad for him. But sometimes it's weird, like, who they'll put in and who they leave out.
Yeah.
Makes no rhyme or reason. Baseball's kind of gotten that way, too, because you had, like, this year suggestions that possibly Don Mattingly could get in along with Dale Murphy. I mean, Dale Murphy was, like, one of the players in the 1980s, and Mattingly was, too. Both of them maybe fell short of a few kind of career levels you look at with Hall of Fame players, but I think they're both worthy of it. I don't know. Baseball, though, is a lot more selective.
Sure.
That's the right word. They don't put in as many people. But you never know, because Andrew Jones got in this year, and he waited a long time. Put in Belichick. Get it done, right?
Yes.
All right. Meanwhile, so we live in a world, guys, right now, where Bill Belichick is not a Hall of Fame coach, but Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Now,
to make it make sense.
That's so silly because, for one, he didn't start the whole season.
No.
He didn't play the whole season,
And he didn't even have good numbers.
He was all right. He was all right while he played.
He had 7 touchdowns and 10 picks.
Yeah.
That's not
even all right.
in any world. That's not a Pro Bowl.
He's just
It's a
a fan
popularity.
favorite.
It's a popularity concept. If you look at the split as to how people get into the Pro Bowl, it's 30% media, 30% players, coaches, and 30% fan voting. You know that's not like a real Pro Bowl and a real like representation of what a good player is. If 30% is fan voting, then it's a popularity contest.
Now, the context of that is he's replacing Drake May, who's playing in the Super Bowl, as the Pro Bowl representative for the AFC. So, but maybe it was just such a terrible year for quarterbacks in the AFC that who else were you going to take? And they don't even play the Pro Bowl anymore. They do like the Pro Bowl games or whatever they call it.
The Pro Bowl doesn't matter anymore.
No.
They just played random backstreet
flag
baton wanding, and I don't even know what they do, dude.
Yeah.
They don't even play football anymore. So I don't know why they even do a Pro Bowl.
Well, the games were like horrible.
They had gotten to that point.
They had gotten bad. It was great in your era.
Oh yeah.
I look back. I actually look back on those old Pro Bowl games. Like they were hitting each other, and that's just good football.
I mean, the guys, they just had a lot of pride back then. They didn't make a ton of money, so it was a big honor for them to make it, and they'd get a little extra money.
Yeah.
And they also always play the Pro Bowl like the week after the Super Bowl.
After the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That way you had Super Bowl representatives on the teams. It was just different. But all the All-Star games were different. I mean, the NBA was actually seriously good to watch. Great.
Jordan's. I'm not a big like 90s guy, but like when I look back on stuff like that, I can tell like they cared more about it. They just cared more about it. And I saw a couple years ago, maybe not a couple years ago, but Tyrese Halliburton talking with Barack Obama about how like soft the NBA was in terms of like the All-Star game. It's like put pride in your work. And he was just like, I just got here and it was like that. Like I had nothing to do with it. And That's just a problem. If you don't want it, if you don't try, no one's gonna.
Yeah, take you seriously.
It's just not a good product.
Nope. So anyway, and then the other kind of big news in the NFL right now, the coaching carousel continues with new head coach hires. Kind of looking at the list, Kevin Stefanski is in for the Falcons. Jesse Minter for the Ravens. How you feeling about that one, Daniel?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a year where we're very defensive oriented. Because he said that as a head coach, he also wants to be able to call defensive plays.
Yes.
Because, again, that's his mindset, is a defensive mindset, which I'm excited for. I mean, our defense is great. We got young guys. We have Malachi Starks, who didn't really get to do much last year just because of Zach Orr. It was a bad scheme and everything else. And then, probably arguably the best safety in the league right now, Kyle Hamilton. I'm excited to see just what he does with the team because, again, we have younger players. And then, of course, we have the veterans. We have Kyle Van Noy and Marlon Humphrey there to just kind of teach everyone. So
you love Marlon Humphrey, don't you?
No. He's the Paul George of the NFL. All he does is podcasts. So,
I'm excited to see a change in the offense as well. Like I hope I hope that they actually use your great quarterback and great running back.
Yep.
I mean,
they still have a lot of weapons on offense.
Yeah.
We got to say Flowers and Mark Andrews.
Because our mock draft, we might draft Mekhi Lemon from USC, and he's a bigger guy. So,
what position does he play?
Receiver.
Thank you.
The Bills promoted Joe Brady. He was their offensive coordinator, so kind of keeping it in the family. Hopefully, Josh Allen will be okay with that. Joe Brady, a lot of LSU fans will remember he was the OC when LSU won the national championship with Joe Burrow. So he's definitely got an offensive mind. I like the Dolphins' hire of Jeff Hafley, who was the defensive coordinator for the Packers. I was listening to the Rich Eisen show when he had him on interviewing him, and I was fired up. So I think he's going to do a really good job there. He's been a winning coach wherever he's been. John Harbaugh with the Giants.
Oh man, I'm pretty excited about that one.
Yeah,
I feel like that's gonna be so fun.
Probably if you're the Giants, you're more excited by the fact that the Browns hired Todd Monken. So now you don't have to worry about him being your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that dude's a joke.
Because it probably would have happened that way, right?
Probably. He's 80 years old and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Mike McCarthy with the Steelers. Golly, you hate to see it if you're a Steelers fan. Oh my Lord! That's all people talking about. Like, oh, this is a great opportunity for a reset and to take some time to be a better team. But then they just signed Mike McCarthy to be like, you want to go for a younger guy to be,
Yeah, post Chuck Noll, they went with Bill Cowher, who was a young up and comer. He was solid for a number of years, won them a couple Super Bowls, and then you go from him to Mike Tomlin, and he was really solid. The last few years, Steeler fans have been frustrated because they just haven't kind of gotten over the hump of being a really good team to a great team. Is Mike McCarthy the kind of guy that's going to bring out greatness?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Will Aaron Rodgers stay now for one more year? Like for his former head coach when he was on the Packers?
Probably. He's got at least 1 year before he goes.
Now, one thing I will say about McCarthy, he gets somewhat of a bad rap in this sense. He does get a lot out of his quarterbacks. The best Dak ever was when he was coach of the Cowboys. So there is that. We'll see. Time will tell. And Robert Saleh gets the chance to coach again. So you go from coaching the Jets to being the DC for the 49ers. Awesome franchise. So now you go to a franchise like the Titans, which if you look at the Titans, look at the talent they've gotten rid of through the years.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. I mean,
they had Julio Jones at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The Titans are a franchise, man.
So good luck to you there, Robert.
They are a franchise.
Yeah. All right, NBA.
Man, Mr. Hall, this has been a rough weekend for you.
So they're now saying that it looks as though Giannis Antetokounmpo is open to being traded, which I think has more to do with the way the Bucks franchise is being run than
Of course.
Giannis. I think if you still had quality ownership, because remember the Bucks were bought a few years ago by the same guy that owns the Browns.
That's depressing.
That's all you really need to say. And then Milwaukee, the city known for what? It's beer products, right? Not endorsing it. I'm just making an observation here.
Mm-hmm.
But Miller Brewery is there. It's like the biggest brewery in that area. And they replaced at the Fiserv Forum Miller beer with Budweiser.
Terrible.
And it's been downhill ever since.
Slap in the face.
So obviously correlation is causation in this case.
Right.
But no, the point is, like, they have made some terrible roster decisions in recent years. It really started when they got rid of, well, I wasn't against him getting rid of Coach Budenholzer because I thought that he just, the time had come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wanted a title. People always appreciate it. They bring in Adrian Griffin. He had the team like, they were like 32-10. And they fired him to bring in Doc Rivers. And, you know, Doc is a Marquette alum, as I am. I love Doc as a player.
Mm-hmm.
As
He's
a coach,
not a good coach.
No.
And then Darvin Ham is your
assistant. Yeah.
assistant?
So,
That's horrible.
you know, and Giannis the last few years has had some injury issues. Last year for the Bucks, you had the Damian Lillard injury. I mean, you know, Giannis every summer goes and plays for Greece and he's fine, and then he comes back and plays the NBA and he gets hurt. And it's like, I don't know. But they haven't really.
It feels like he's checked out of the.
It does now feel that way.
And I don't know where he's gonna go. I think there's a lot of places. I've seen a lot today about him going to the Warriors, which it's so funny to me because the Warriors have nothing to give.
Right? What are they going to trade?
They trade Jimmy Butler and Jonathan Kuminga and some picks.
Bucks aren't going to trade for Jimmy Butler with a bad knee.
And Jonathan doesn't play for a team Kuminga.
Yeah,
I don't know. And some picks. And
I just genuinely think the only team that can afford him is OKC, which is funny. Like, we're quite literally the only team that can.
Because they have
I was reading today, CBS Sports is reporting that he has interest in Minnesota, and they have interest in him, obviously.
Rudy Gobert. What is?
I hope so.
Exactly. What do you? I think the Bucks would be looking more at draft choices, maybe.
I mean, that's a sensible thing to do. You get one player and some draft choices. I feel like that's pretty good.
This is not the first time this has happened in Milwaukee, by the way, for basketball. If you go back to the mid-'70s, they had a player by the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You ever hear of him?
A couple of times.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just making sure. So, you know, Jabbar kind of wanted out of Milwaukee. You know, there was a volatile time in his life. He changed his name from Lou Alcindor to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I think he just
Wasn't he on the Lakers?
so he got traded to the Lakers.
Traded to the Lakers.
Right. But what the Bucks did with that trade was they basically retooled their franchise for it was almost a 15 or so year run of guys that they originally got in that trade from the Lakers, who formed the core of their next team that became really the Bucks of the late 70s, early 80s to the mid 80s were kind of like that third best team in the league because you had the Celtics and the
Lakers.
Sixers.
Oh, the Sixers.
Yeah, and then you had the Lakers in the West. Well, the Bucks were in the West and they got moved to the East. So they were always knocking on the door, but they could never get past those two great teams. But they were at least really good. You know, like as a result of the Kareem trade, they kept the franchise. It re-energized them for a number of years. And then even some of those guys that they traded for later, they traded to get more guys, like as their careers were winding down. So it was, I could describe the whole tree of it, but you wouldn't know the names anyway. But that's what they kind of have an opportunity to do with Giannis. But again, to Danny's point, he's right. The team that would be best to trade with would be OKC.
And they wouldn't do it. Like
We don't need it.
Right? They have no reason
That's
to.
crazy.
I mean, I see people talking about like you trade Lou Dort and Isaiah Hartenstein and picks.
Which I don't like that.
But I
I
always
love
feel like-
iHeart.
I always feel like when these trade scenarios come up, it's always like, well, these teams can give us their garbage and a couple picks. And it's like,
For Giannis, it's just not.
yeah.
No good team that Giannis would want to go to would take Giannis because he's too expensive. It's the same reason why Luka Doncic
Yeah.
should never have been traded because you have to give up. You're giving up.
I mean, it's
whatever.
the Bucks have to do themselves right in this trade,
Right.
or you don't trade him. Is really what it comes down to. Bless you.
Thank you.
So we'll see, but I feel like this trade also has been forced by ESPN and the NBA
Oh,
itself.
I mean, yeah, everybody's been talking about it forever. Giannis wants to go. Giannis is ready to go. They watch Giannis not full sprint up and down the court every single night.
Ad
and it's-
nauseum. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
You say it
Or-
enough times and someone's going to believe it.
Yeah.
And so if they, I mean,
But mark
The-
my words, I think Giannis will find out what a lot of athletes find out. The grass isn't always greener. He's had
it's not greener in Golden State.
he owns Milwaukee. And you go somewhere else, now you're just a part of the team, you're not the team. Maybe, I don't know. So
I think he could be the team anywhere he goes. I mean,
mm,
barring the Thunder.
you're not going to be if you go to Golden State.
I was
It's still
about
going
to
to be
say
Steph.
you're playing under Steph.
Yeah.
Steph is always
Now, a
gonna
couple
have
years ago,
priority
the
over
rumor
him.
was that the Warriors might trade Steph to the Bucks. That would have been awesome.
that was also stupid.
Yeah.
That was the
Why would the
dumbest thing I've
Warriors?
ever heard.
Why would the Warriors
Yeah.
give up their
Well,
literal golden boy?
you say that, but then why would the Bucks trade their golden boy?
Because he hates it,
Because that
or he wants to go.
yeah,
Because the
y'all's-
NBA wants their star players in bigger markets.
that too.
That's
That's
probably,
what it comes down to.
probably
Although
Just trade them to New York.
OKC is a
Thunder.
very small market and we're pretty
Yeah,
good.
because you're good. Because they win.
yeah. I mean, you have good ownership and good
Yeah.
coaches.
Yep.
So I think there's something there for the Bucks if they get a good trade. If they
Yeah.
get, I think the best thing to do would be involve as many teams as you can.
Mm-hmm. And get as many picks as you can.
Right.
I mean, if I were the Bucks, I would blow out in a trade even guys like Bobby Portis and Kyle Kuzma, and I would just say like anybody on our
Clean
team
house.
is
No, yeah, just
tradable.
trade
at
the
this
whole
point.
roster.
Right.
Um,
Except Ryan Rollins. Keep that guy.
Yeah, Miles Turner.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
terrible. Get him gone.
All and if you can offload a bunch of salary and even get some other younger players,
Thanasis can go too.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Oh, that's true. He's not staying on that Bucks team.
I don't know. So maybe this will be his chance.
Sure.
Thanasis.
Sure.
It's like, how do they go this quickly from being one of the best 3 or 4 teams in the league to one of the worst 3 or 4 teams in the league?
Traded away Chris Middleton.
I mean, yeah, and Middleton was getting old for sure, and they got old in a hurry. Brooke Lopez was old. Pat Connaughton
Drew
was
Holiday as well.
old. The Drew Holiday trade is where
Drew Holiday.
it really started
yeah,
to change.
yeah, because he was part of that championship
Yep,
roster, huh?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, getting
Mm.
him is really, I think, what kind of put him over the top.
Dang, that happened to the Celtics too.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, Drew Holiday is just that kind of guy.
yep.
He's a
He
winner.
is. He's that guy.
Mm-hmm. You know what we never did?
Hmm.
We haven't talked about who we thought was going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought we could do that next week
Oh,
'Cause next week
that's right.
we-
That's right. That's right.
because
My
the
fault.
game's not this week.
I'm sorry, big.
No.
Yeah, let him do his job.
You're
hush.
right. My fault.
Well,
Goodness.
I already know who Seth's gonna pick. He's wearing.
We'll give our answers next week then.
You guys can't see it, but he's sporting the red and blue and white.
His favorite team.
He doesn't even like LCU sports that much.
Facts.
He doesn't even own like an LCU like hoodie and wear it religiously.
I've
Like, I
worn.
don't-
You see me wear an LCU Wildcats jacket before.
once,
Have I?
like maybe twice.
Yes. Hey,
Okay.
my fault. They're expensive.
How much was that?
This is
Yeah.
a Christmas gift, dude.
Yeah,
Okay, but like it was probably
for many a year ago. All right, so back to the NBA, and LeBron last night played in Cleveland, and they did like a moving tribute video to him before the game. I don't know if you saw that, and he broke down into tears.
no
He was all emotional.
good for him.
So now the rumor is that he might want to come back next year for his last year.
No shot.
Of course, it's a rumor. Everything's a rumor, dude.
Right. I mean, why would you ever leave Los Angeles? You have the best house in Los Angeles. You have your whole family there just to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, and would they want to bring Bronny with him?
No.
So,
Especially because I don't know.
They're saying it's a contract year for him. So could it be like the storybook retirement scenario? Especially if you look at, Cleveland's got a lot of talent. They got a lot of young talent. Maybe LeBron puts them over the top to get him one more ring before he goes out.
I think LeBron should just retire and be a coach, dude. He's not like
He could be a coach.
He should be a GM.
not a GM yet. Okay.
All right, so the NBA announced the All-Star game starters. East, Giannis, who won't start because he's hurt. Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, you just heard 4 guards.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 guards and a power forward, essentially. That's crazy. And then the Western Conference, Steph, Shea, Luka, Jokic, and Wemby.
What are you even talking about? I guess it's not going to be a game.
Not that the game will, be a competitive exhibition of quality basketball. And aren't they doing like the U.S. against the world?
I tried to look it up, and it makes no sense.
So,
Literally
so
makes no
what
sense.
what made sense to you? Can you
Nothing.
give us anything?
Nothing.
All right, never
Literally
mind.
nothing. The only thing that made sense is how they're doing, or that there's a bracket, and that each team gets like, I don't even know if they get seeded, but like they play in this bracket.
Golly, and even if you compare, if you look at these starters and you do USA versus the world, Steph, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown versus the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, 3-time MVP, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's just not even call that a basketball game, because what are we even doing?
Yeah.
I'd rather watch the Globetrotters again. Like, oh my goodness.
Were the Globetrotters good? Did you enjoy that?
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Low-key fun?
High-key fun.
Okay, high-key fun. Nice. And then also the NBA announced the rosters for their Rising Stars game.
This is going to be a better game than the All-Star game.
So 21 rookies and sophomores, or as we used to say in Wisconsin, sophomores.
Oh.
Austin Rivers serving as the honorary coach for the G League team that'll be competing in that as well.
Fun.
So that's interesting that they have a G League. So you have the 4 coaches that'll be doing the Rising Stars. You have Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Team Austin, which is Austin Rivers. So among the young players you have, Team Melo, Stephon Castle. That guy's really good, by the way.
Yeah,
He's so good.
Couldn't he end up as maybe one of the All-Star reserves? Don't you think?
Probably.
For
I
the
mean, he
West?
He's
played
good
that.
enough for it. He's good
That's
enough
good.
for it. I'm such a big Stephon Castle fan.
Donovan Clingan, Danny's favorite player, Jeremiah Fears.
I don't have any beef with him, dude.
All right.
Lou Dortz has beef with him.
Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Colin Murray Doyles, and Reed Shepard. Team T-Mac will be Trey Johnson, my guy, Con Kneppel, who better be a reserve player for the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the best rookie. A.J. Mitchell,
Mitch,
your boy
I
from
know.
OKC.
6 man of the year.
Alex Sarr, Cam Spencer, Jalen Tyson, who threw some shade at LeBron yesterday,
Yeah.
by the way, and Kel'el Ware. And then Team Vince will be Matas Bazelis, Cedric Coward, Igor Demon.
That might be the Nets' best player. That dude's nasty. Have you seen him play?
I haven't.
That dude's nasty.
Igor?
I'm not gonna. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
VJ Edgecombe from Philly, Keyshawn George, Derek Queen of the Pels, and Jalen Wells.
He's good though. Derek Queen is good.
Yeah, he's had a really nice year for them. By the way, did we talk about this last time? You ever listen to the Pelicans games on the radio?
Oh, how depressing they are.
Not so much depressing as how brutally honest their play-by-play announcer is.
yeah.
It's like, and we turn it over again. Of course we do, because that's what we do. We turn the ball. He just goes, 2 minutes left. Pels are up by 3, but we have no expectation that they're going to win this game. You know,
He's right, but still.
yeah, it's refreshingly honest, but it's kind of shocking that the team continues to hire him.
Probably because people like it.
I guess so.
It probably gets the good viewers.
So the G League team, that's interesting. So you have some players like Sean East II, never heard of him. Ron Harper Jr., heard of his dad. David Jones Garcia.
Yeah, go ahead and try to pronounce that one.
Yeah, we've got Janich Kadanen Netterhauser.
Wait, is that a D?
I think it's an Conan.
Conan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Conan
Yannick
Niederhauser.
Conan Niederhauser.
That wasn't too bad.
All right.
Where's he from, dude?
He's from
Germany?
It says SOC. What's SOC?
Well, I meant like, I guess. Hold on. I'm about to look it up.
Elijah Martin, Tristan Newton, and Yang Hansen. I'm a big fan of Yang Hansen.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
No, he's actually a cool guy.
Who, Yang?
Yeah. He got drafted by the Trailblazers,
Okay.
and the dude was asking him in an interview what he likes. He's like, because I think he's from China.
Okay.
He goes, game, eat, sleep. That's all he said. He's hilarious, dude.
Sounds like you guys
Eat,
with
game, sleep, repeat.
with the esports.
That
Game,
is-
sleep,
is-
eat.
I guess.
That's Danny for real.
He's a Swiss basketball player, and he plays for the Clippers G League team.
Which one?
Is it SDC,
Net-
San Diego Clippers? Is that what that is?
Yannick?
Niederhauser.
Oh, Niederhauser?
Niederhauser. Whatever.
Niederhauser.
Danny, who do you have in this of the four teams?
Not the G League team.
It's got to be Team T-Mac with Con Kneppel. It's going to be that or Team Mello.
That's what I said. Danny didn't agree with me on that.
No, because
And
Team
why?
Vince is not
Because
like
Melo don't miss.
Team Vince is not bad at all. I feel like y'all are like making it seem like they're just OP. Team Vince
No,
is
because
also
Edgecombe
like
is really.
No,
It's-
I think they're good.
It feels like every team has one.
that's what I'm
of
saying.
they have a few.
I
They have
don't
a few
know.
good players.
Yeah.
Team Vince has some players. Derek Queen, VJ Edgecombe, Igor. I see. I didn't know about Igor. That's.
Buzelis was in the dunk contest last year. Like
Oh, that's
he's
right.
really solid.
I'm gonna have to,
I don't know. I like Team Mello. Stephon
Derek
Castle.
Queen's
and-
probably the second best center in all of these teams.
Sure.
Alex Sarr's the first.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. If I'd just choose T-Mac because AJ Mitchell. But you know,
yeah.
wanna see
So
AJ
that's it.
Mitchell
That's who
win.
you got.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm taking Team Mello.
I'm go Team T-Mac.
Who do you got, Mr. Allen?
Oh, I'm going Team Con Kneppel, which is T-Mac.
All right. I'll be the only one who
You know
wins
me.
this one.
That's the one guy who's keeping my interest in the NBA right now.
Con.
Kneppel.
Con Kneppel.
Not Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Not Shea. Free throw merchant.
He's not the Luca is. Luca averages 20 free throws a game.
That's
he's
probably more
actually
That's insane.
he's
That's
actually
true.
breaking a record for point guards and
Wow.
free throws. So I
Wow.
don't want to hear the free throw merchant agenda. Shea's dropping 40 points on 6.
Isn't it
free
funny
throws.
how narratives get started and people just buy into it?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, it's-
because the media's small brained. Yeah,
Yep. Yep, as we see in a lot of things, not just sports.
indeed.
So on that note,
I have a
well,
question.
yeah.
before we break.
Sure.
This is one of those like discussion based. Do you think that the NBA should adopt the NFL's conference system? There's conferences in the
Yeah.
NBA. They have the East has like the Pacific and
Mhm.
I don't know
Midwest.
Midwest. They got a bunch of
Yeah.
they got a bunch of them, and
Yeah.
then the West has its own conferences. Do you think that they should adopt them in the same way that the NFL does? Maybe not wild card, but like kind of like wild card.
Or like if a team wins the
If
division.
the team wins their division,
Yeah.
they get an automatic playoff bye and home seating in their.
Yeah. I'd be all right with it.
Do you think that would? Because I think what the league is missing is like teams having that like identity, like
Mhm.
your identity being based around the team. So it's like you're not following a player,
Right.
you follow a team. This is your team, and I think that's been my like kind of draw away from the NBA is like I love basketball, but like I don't
Yeah.
have a team that I would support because there's no like I don't know. I like
Plus,
players.
it could put an emphasis back on like rivalries.
Right,
you know,
right. I think that's the
or-
best thing that the NFL does is you look at like the Bears and the the cheeseheads, and
The Packers.
yeah,
The Packers.
the Packers, and I you look at like true rivalries, like true emotional rivalries, and you don't really have that in the NBA. You just have rivalries based off of like who won last. It's not
Yeah.
like the Thunder is like I hate this team specifically. That's why I want to win. They just win because they do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't have a lot of what I would call just you used to have Lakers Celtics or
Right.
Sixers Celtics in some degree, Knicks Sixers, Knicks Celtics, but now it's like you don't really see a lot of that. So
Right.
I'd be for it.
I think the West specifically, when you have the biggest names
Yeah,
in the NBA, and there's just no like real rivalry. I mean, you had
yeah,
years ago, almost 10 years ago, it was the Warriors and Cleveland being a
Right.
rivalry just
Right.
because they're the two best teams in the league.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, you had Cleveland and like the Raptors, but again, that was just because they're the two best teams in the East.
Mhm.
So it's, I don't know, it feels like there's no rivalry based in geography,
Mhm.
and I feel like if you bring those,
Kind of like you have with like Steelers, Ravens,
right. I mean, we see
Packers, Bears.
you talk about it all the time about how much you want to beat the Steelers and how much it matters to you to beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
As a soccer fan, I'm a big Barcelona guy, and so our biggest thing is we like strongly dislike. I'm just gonna say strongly dislike Real Madrid, and like that's the biggest game of the year, or the biggest games of the year is when we get to play against them. So
Yeah.
I think if the league was able to build those rivalries, and the best way to build rivalries is to make the rivalries have stakes.
Yeah,
So
I like it. I like the plan. It's a good plan. Cost Rider plan. All right, before we go, Royal Rumble this weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are we looking at? We're looking at the potential of AJ Styles to
We might as well just go ahead and tell him goodbye because
Gunther's going to make him tap out.
either that he's going to pin him because this week WWE actually filed a trademark to call Gunther the career killer.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of that. I prefer the legend killer. There's only one, and that's Randy Orton.
Yeah.
me and my fiance Don were watching that last game with AJ Styles. Who's he against?
CM?
CM Punk.
Yeah, that was like depressing. Yeah, he's cooked. Donalyn is not a big fan of that. She is not a big fan of Gunther, but
No one is
yeah,
nowadays.
The ring general?
The ring general. And this week, tomorrow actually, the WWE 2K26 will be available for pre-order. They announced they'll have the Attitude Era.
Hey, we're not
They're
getting
also
paid
going to
for that
have
ad, by the
they're
way.
going to have WWE against WCW. I guess you can do it in that version.
I think so. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
And Tommaso Ciampa, I guess, is apparently with AEW now.
Oh,
He
really?
appeared on Dynamite last night.
Interesting. So is AEW owned by WWE?
I do not think so. I think AEW is their own company.
All right, that's the one that John Moxley is in.
Yes,
One
sir.
of those guys. Okay, so it has a handful of former WWEers.
True. They just had Baron Corbin on there last week.
Okay,
isn't the other Bella twin on that and over there in AEW
I don't know.
with
I know very, very little about AEW.
Is she dating a 20-year-old too?
No, I think he's
No,
she's
no,
she's
yeah,
married.
yeah, she's married to Daniel Bryan.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So isn't he
yes,
at AEW?
yes,
Yeah, he is.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. They actually have someone from AEW. His name is like Powerhouse Hobbs or something. They say he's signing a contract with WWE.
Really? Well, I saw Matt Cardona is back.
You know it. but they're not calling him Zack Ryder. They just call him Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
But I have a question. If I can pull it up. Why is Kit Wilson's new theme an actual beat?
I couldn't tell you
Toxic
which one.
masculinity. The song
It's
about
act-
toxic
It's
masculinity.
actually a beat. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. I don't know.
I guess we know what Seth
That's a
listens to
weird-
then,
that's
so-
a
No,
weird-
not all the time. I just heard it today.
It's a weird wrestling angle. they're
I
going
know. It sounds like a
with. I'm here to do away with toxic masculinity. Like you're literally in the most toxically masculine thing that there is, pro
his-
wrestling.
His theme is like Sami Zayn. That's like something you would hear in like a TV show.
Dude, what is with the push for Zayn, by the way?
I don't know.
He's such a lightweight.
And just out of nowhere, he says, "You know what? I deserve a WWE title shot." I won't lie, he does.
He's this year's Jey Uso.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm glad Jay's back with.
But we still need Randy Orton for the Rumble win.
We do. The Viper has to have one more rise
Right.
before his career wraps up. I kind of feel like WWE is going through a transition from the old heads to the new heads.
The
Yeah.
old heads are really old.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot
Prime
of guys-
example, Gunther. He's taking out all the old people.
Gunther, Braun Breaker,
Braun Breaker's a huge one.
my guy, my favorite, Yarada Amin,
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu,
Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, it's time for some of the old guys to be like, you know what, ain't time to hang it up. So I think you'll see CM, and then for a while you may have Randy as kind of the senior
Yeah.
guy. He's still actually somewhat young.
And you would think that Brock Lesnar may retire this year as
Mm.
well.
yeah. Like
Everybody
Gunther-
wants to have their big
Yeah,
Their
John
big-
Cena thing.
Their big
Right,
moment.
right.
Yeah.
right. But only a few are worthy of that.
True.
In my humble opinion. And will this be the return of Roman Reigns this weekend?
Hopefully.
Or Chris
'Cause-
Jericho?
Or Chris Jericho. People are saying this is going to be Triple H is saying this is going to be a big Royal Rumble, but I will believe it when I see
stinks
it.
that they're doing it in Riyadh.
Well, I was upset when I heard about it at first, but then I look back and they do all kinds of deals in Riyadh. So,
Yeah.
and they're going to be having WrestleMania in Riyadh
Yep.
next year.
They're going where the money is. So, all right. Any last words, you guys?
Sorry, I zoned out. I don't care about WWE, so
Well,
We
you
know.
should.
I shouldn't.
We should.
It's fake.
We should.
I don't care.
We know.
You-
Watch
you
a
would-
real sport.
Danny would probably be more interested in AEW.
No,
Because they do actually more
no,
intense
I'm
stuff.
interested in an actual sport called UFC.
Okay. Well, you can.
I know like a handful of UFC fighters.
That'd
And
be
they're
voice
probably
crack
all
until
retired.
years
And they're probably all retired.
old. Go ahead,
You know.
name some.
Well, Brock Lesnar was for UFC. That's true. Look it up.
We know that,
There's
but
Dan Henderson, Shogun Hua, Mark Hunt, and that's about it. There are others I've heard of, but
so
I
you don't
can't.
even know the GOAT of the UFC,
Who would that be?
John Jones.
Don't know that one.
Unfortunate.
I've tried to watch. I just can't connect. For
But you
whatever
can
reason.
connect to fake.
Well, but I grew up with it.
Yeah,
But I
this,
think-
this is
I
something that's
will
been around
say-
since.
I will
The
say, in the
60s.
defense of WWE, it's not a sport. If you compare it to if
Yeah,
you call it a
no.
sport, that's just
Right.
not fair. It's,
Yeah, and
entertainment. It's just fun.
entertainment. It's sports and entertainment.
Listen, I know you're not big into things that make you feel good and things you watch just for fun.
Hey,
So watching someone literally get knocked out and die in a ring is not fun to watch.
I just said make you feel good. I didn't.
That
say,
makes me
It's
feel
supposed to
good.
keep
To
you on your
see someone get knocked out? Yes, absolutely.
there's this.
Absolutely. That does make me feel really good, actually.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna say there's much more it's so dramatic like WWE, and I can appreciate they're unapologetically at themselves, and
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But no one's saying that WWE is the peak of physical.
Seth says that,
no,
actually.
Well, Seth is wrong a lot. So.
Their peak was from 1996
Different peak
to
to
2010.
Yeah.
That was with the golden.
It's it's entertainment. It's not like a sport.
No,
We're not out
it's
here.
not a sport.
And if you're betting on it like it's a sport, you're just an idiot.
Yeah.
Because
It's kind of a male version of soap operas.
yes,
Pretty
that's
much,
true. That's
pretty
accurate.
much.
That is it.
You're following storylines and
exact
have
storylines
fun
and
with.
And there's
I'm
and
gonna
they're-
follow a
and those are-
storyline. I'm gonna
and
watch
you
a
literally
movie
have
or a
writers,
show. I'm
but
not gonna
it's
watch
also,
WWE.
I will say
like-
it is actually fun to watch a dude flip someone through a table,
exactly.
and because it's fake, you can appreciate that they're doing crazy.
If it ever
stuff.
comes here
No.
again, WWE, I'm taking you. You're going.
Okay.
Speaking of which, they're supposed
I mean,
to
I'll
get-
go.
They're having Money in the Bank in New Orleans in September.
Oh,
I don't know what
Yeah.
that means. If
It's
there's
just-
money for me to grab, I'll go.
Me neither.
Money in the bank.
If that were
appreciate
true,
it, dude.
if that were
it's
true,
one of their big.
their biggest matches.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to have
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania in New Orleans this year, but they decided to go back to Vegas.
Yep. Bet.
I was so upset.
W cash grab, I guess. I don't know.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
They go where the money is.
It's fun. It's fun. To me, it's fun because it's fake. Because
Yes.
like I actually prefer watching like the women's game more, just because like they do crazier stuff. Like they do a lot more flies, and they like actually like. I'm watching it with Donalyn. She is.
Well, yeah,
I'm watching it with Donalyn. It's fun seeing them like jump through the air and like Io Sky, so sick.
Oh yeah, EOS guys.
Chelsea Green does crack me
She's
up.
yeah.
She's hilarious.
None of them are funny, but they do.
No, Chelsea Green
No,
is
they're
funny.
not funny,
Yes,
but-
she is. She is.
She has her
it's
secret
fun.
Hervis.
Yes, that's right.
Terrible.
No, that's actually what they're called.
I know, it's terrible, but I think it's fun, and I think if you think of it like a sport,
Yeah.
then you're
Yeah.
setting yourself up for failure.
Well, I mean, the way pro sports has gone lately, does it feel any more? More fake than the way pro sports has gone?
I mean, when you got like basketball season's done and football season's
A
done,
lot of people
watch baseball.
A lot of people
and
feel
baseball
like
season's done,
a lot
Watch
of
hockey.
people feel like the NFL's fixed.
Isn't that something you see in March?
Hockey's
that's
around.
That's
Hockey's
No,
around.
because then you
Oh.
have March Madness.
All I know, guys, is a week from Tuesday, pitchers and catchers report to spring training.
All right, bet that up.
And
Well,
baseball
it's
will
time
be
for
here
baseball.
soon enough. And the Brewers play in Houston against the Astros. 3 games at the end of May.
So we're gonna go watch that, right?
Maybe
Ooh,
Hey,
that could be lit.
that could be
Could be lit.
back to bring Aaron again.
Yeah,
That
'Cause
would
he'll be
fun.
out of
I-
basketball
listen, If I
season.
can, that'd be great. I'd want to go to another Astros game.
That was fun though, especially against or
Yeah.
seeing like, the Astros again and then your team.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun. And then like I know that you'd be nerding out over
Oh, big time.
all the teams,
Big time.
your team. That'd be great.
All right, everyone. That's our Wildcats Media podcast for this week. Hopefully we'll get our cameras up and running next week so you can see our lovely faces. Especially Danny's.
Thanks,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
He's got aura. You can't, well, I guess your aura still comes across on the radio,
I hope so.
on the audio.
it's
I
the aura.
mean-
It's his aura takes form in radio waves.
One of the
Motion.
only viewers is related to me. So,
That's right. Then there's others of us that have motion.
in other areas.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess. Whatever that means.
Motion.
Well, I mean, like,
Did we not explain this to you?
Yeah.
Motion.
Yeah.
yeah, Bryson explained it.
He did. Very well, I might add. So, couldn't have Bryson on the show this week, but we hope to have him back next week. All right. You guys have a good weekend. Stay warm out there.
Oh, it's supposed to get colder this weekend than it
is
was
supposed
last
to get
weekend.
cold. I'm tired of cold.
Me too.
I'm now a southerner. Just give me warm weather.
All right, Milwaukee boy.
Even if I have to sweat a little, I'm good with it. Because I'm like literally sitting here freezing because it's like 40 degrees in this studio.
It's kind of cold in here.
Yeah, it is. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. For Adàn, for Seth, for Danny, I'm Mr. Al. Guys, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.